Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Inspired, I was just trying to make sure. Yep, that's good. Welcome back to my channel, Inspired by Rachel. As you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about my childhood and some of the stuff that I had to go through in my childhood. And hopefully, this video will inspire and encourage someone to keep going and let someone know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. But before I get started, I want you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. And like I said and say in all my videos, I want you to leave a comment down below. And when you do that, that lets me know that I inspired you. And by you doing that, you will become one of my inspirationals. And once you become my inspirational, that will inspire me to make more videos for you guys, encouraging and uplifting you guys. But anyway, excuse me, I am eating some chocolate because I'm kind of hungry, and like I be making my videos at night when my kids are asleep. So if y'all see me eating something, it's chocolate. But anyway, I'm gonna get right into this video. So basically, I grew up in a single parent home. It was only my mom. My mom has 8 girls and 1 boy, and I am the 4th of all the kids. My brother is actually the 2nd child, and I'm the 4th oldest one. So we lived with my mom for a little bit, and we were really poor. I remember there were mornings where, when I was in elementary school, I remember my granddad stayed around the corner from us. I remember we would have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, walk around the corner, go get hot water from my granddaddy house, come back so we can bathe, wash our face and all that stuff, get ready for school. And so we did that, and I'm telling y'all, sometimes we did not, oh my gosh, we did not have hot water a lot of the time. So a lot of the times with our clothes, my mom would wash our clothes out on her hands, and she would wash them in the tub. And sometimes, I don't know what she did to them clothes, but them clothes smelled like pee. And I'm saying, we got picked on for that. I don't know what she did. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. But anyway, yeah, we would have to go get buckets of water from my granddad's house in order to wash our face and stuff. And so like when you don't have a lot growing up or going to school, that leads to bullying. And so like I remember in elementary school, I got bullied so bad. And in elementary school, I was kind of quiet. I was kind of quiet in elementary school, and it was to the point, like, the stuff I was going through at home was just not having a lot. And you know what? We had to worry about where our next meal was going to come from. It was horrible. And then going to school and not having the best clothes and getting bullied for it, it just kind of, I was just like a shell of a kid. I didn't talk. I really didn't talk to nobody. None of that stuff. I remember one of my teachers, it was my 2nd grade teacher, she really liked me. I remember she used to bring food to school, and she always brought me some too. So she'd be sitting up there teaching the class, and she'd be up there eating her lunch in front of the class, and she always would bring me food. And the kids they didn't like me because of that. And she seen that I was wearing the same tore raggedy shoes to school. She took me to the store after school, bought me some shoes. She used to come and get me on the weekends. I used to go to her daughter's birthday parties and all that stuff. I love that teacher. Her name was Miss Williams, and she worked at Spencer Bibbs. And she was a 2nd grade teacher. So if anybody know where she at, I need to find her, because you know what? She was one of those people that came into your life and kind of made it all right for the moment. You know, she kind of pulled you out of your current situation, and she helped me out a lot. Yep. But anyway, okay, go back to I lived with my mom for a little while. So I really don't know the age of when I got taken away from my mom, but this is how it happened. So by this time, my brother, he was already old enough. So, he was out of the house running streets and all that stuff. And then my older sister, she was a little bit older too. So I remember her staying with us for a little bit until she moved out and got her own place. So eventually, you know what, we lived with my mom for a little while, and I remember it would be times where we didn't have lights in the house. So my aunt, I ain't gonna even call her my aunt, I'm just gonna call her, should call her Corella, or the Wicked Witch of the Wild Wild West. So this is what she did. The Wicked Witch of the Wild Wild West, she didn't like to work. So she seen an opportunity. So what she did during the time that we didn't have lights, she called CPS on my mom. And so, of course, CPS show up. We don't have any lights. You know what? They show up. We didn't have any lights. You know what? They end up taking us away from my mom. The Wicked Witch of the Wild Wild West. Oh my goodness, she was right there. Oh, I'll take them, because you know what? Once you take that many kids, you're gonna get money for them. You're gonna definitely get money for them. So, starting out when we got taken, me and my other sister, one of my sisters, we went to go live with my aunt who was a minister in the church. She was a good aunt. She was a good aunt. I miss her so much. I miss her so much. Yeah, I am not going to even go into that, but anyway. Yeah, she's not here anymore, but, ooh, and she just died recently, so that was kind of hard. But anyway, yeah, I went to go stay with her, and, everything was good at her house. Me and my sisters, she bought our clothes and all that stuff. Oh, I thought something was crawling on me. That's my string for my shorts. Yeah, she bought us, we had nice clothes and all that stuff. So eventually, we went to church all the time. So eventually my aunt, the good aunt, her husband ended up dying. So after that, me and my sister had to go and stay with my other sisters at the evil aunt's house. So once we did that, that's when my life just completely went downhill. Let me tell y'all, this lady, and saying Wicked Witch of the Wild Wild West, I think that's too long to be saying. So I'm going to just say the evil aunt or that lady. That's what I'm going to be saying. She was one of those people. She was just like straight evil for no reason. Straight evil. And I'm just going to go into, some of the stuff that I endured while I was in that house with her. And I'm pretty sure all of us, we endured some of the same stuff. But I think for some reason, me and I think it was one or two other of my sisters got it the worst for some reason. And we were good kids. We were good kids. She was just evil. Yeah, she was just really evil. And I remember one time, when you're young, I think I was probably 13, 14. I remember going to court one time, and my mom was trying to get us back, but it's kind of like they ganged up on her. And I'm not going to go into who and all that stuff. They kind of ganged up on her, and they gave custody to my evil aunt, and she took it and ran with it. This lady would she would get mad for no reason. If we didn't make the bed right, if we didn't clean up right, she would just go off. I can remember a time, I remember it was on my birthday. I don't remember which birthday it was, and I don't know what I did. I'm pretty sure I really didn't do anything to piss her off. I don't know what I did. I can remember, and like when some stuff, when it's traumatizing and it sticks out to you, you remember it. So I remember this like it was yesterday. She got mad at me for whatever reason. This lady actually took her hand and literally put my head in the toilet. And she's so evil. Just thinking about it, it's nasty. She took my head, she put my head in the toilet, and she literally hawked up spit. And she spit it in my mouth. It was so disgusting. And after that, she threw me in the shed outside, and I had to stay in that shed all night. And I know a lot of you probably are thinking, why didn't y'all call CPS? Why didn't y'all CPS had, in Florida, they had so many reports. And let me tell y'all what they would do. They would write up the reports, and they would act like they didn't find anything, because this is how the evil aunt was. She would dress us up nice, do our hair, all that stuff. And so they would come out to the house and check, and it was like, oh, it's no findings and none of that stuff. They always act like they couldn't find anything. So they would write up the report and give it back to this evil lady. So when she read the report, we got beat even more. It was crazy. And it was to the point where some nights, if we didn't clean up right or our grades were bad, she would make us like literally stand up. She would be sleeping or halfway asleep, or she would be sitting in her bed watching TV. She would literally make us stand up with our arms out like this. Oh, look at my fat on my arms. With our arms out and one leg up all night. And if she woke up and called us sleeping, we got I say beat because that's what we got. We got beat for that. She would take the brush she would take the brush and beat our knuckles with it. And she would take the brush and beat our toes. And it went as far as her taking the hammer, and we would get our hands and toes beat with the hammer, and to the point where our knuckles were just so swollen and purple. And when she did that, she would make us stay home from school until it went down a little bit. And you know, like when you are a kid and you know the system, CPS, they get reports of this person doing this and they don't come to help, it's just like you just kind of give up at that point. And you know, like being a little kid, sometimes when you're in that situation, you don't think, okay, run away. Sometimes you don't think like that, because you know what, you got taken away from your mom, so you're in this house where you sleep. And if you know at that age you're scared, that's outside. You don't know outside, you don't know outside. You just know you're in, you just know that basically the house that you're in is your safety zone. So yeah, that's some of the stuff she did. And I'm telling y'all, like, some of this stuff, like, all my sisters can vouch for this. And let me tell y'all something. Me and my sisters, we have been through the most, but all of us we've turned out pretty good. We've turned out pretty good. And so, like, whenever she would make us stay up all night, of course, we would go to school. We was in elementary school. We would go to school and go to sleep. We was tired. We was so tired. And so we would go to school and go to sleep. We wasn't doing any work. And so whenever we get the report cards and we would get bad grades, we already knew what was going to happen. It got so bad, when I would get my report card and I would be walking from the bus stop home, I was literally, please, can I get hit by a bus? Can I get hit by a train? And not to go to that house, because I already knew what was coming. It was horrible. It sure was. It was horrible. It's so much stuff I can't even really think. My mind is kind of foggy, but I know we used to go to church all the time. So this lady, you know how they have altar call and you know they tell you to go up there. If you want to come up here and you want to get prayed for, they tell you to go to the altar. So my aunt would tell us, when they have altar call, you guys need to go up there and tell them that you guys want them to pray for you for your hair to grow. Oh my goodness. And you know what? This is what she used to do. So the person that would pray for us, you know, because I would have went up there and just said anything, because that junk was so embarrassing. But what she would do after church, she would go and ask the person, oh, what did Rachel ask you to pray for her about, making it seem like it was all friendly and stuff, but she knew what she was doing. Because if we didn't do that, we would got beat when we got home. I remember times Ryan from church, no, I remember she would tell us before we go to church, because I went to an apostolic church. And in those kind of church, you know, you shout, speak in tongues and all that stuff. So she would tell us before we left the house, you know what, if you don't speak in tongues, I'm eating some peanuts with this chocolate. So that's what I'm trying to make. And they so good. But yeah, she would tell us, if you guys don't shout in church and speak in tongues, you're going to get beat when you get home. So sometimes we would literally have to fake speak in tongues, just not, because we already knew we were going to get beat. You know, we had to fake speak in tongues. And sometimes I'd be like, you know what, man, forget it. I ain't faking. So on the way home from church, she would make us get out the car, pick our own stick, not switch, stick. It was terrifying. She made us pick our own stick to get beat with. And then after that, we already knew, nope, you know what? We ain't going to bed tonight. We're not eating. There were times where, this was all the time. She was money hungry. So she had custody. It was like, I think it was like 6 of us, because I think like my 2 oldest ones had moved down. She had my cousin too that lived with us. And she was money hungry. She was already getting money for us. And this lady, every Saturday, and like majority of the weekdays too, the weekdays we were selling like M&Ms, cookies, all that stuff in front of somebody's store. We would always get kicked from in front of the store. She would take us to the next store. And then on Saturdays, we would have to get up at 6 o'clock. She would order all these donuts, and we would have to go to the flea market to sell the donuts. And we did not leave that flea market until we sold the donuts. We couldn't eat until and you know, mind you, we're in Florida. It's hot. We couldn't eat or drink until we sold just about all of those donuts. We used to stay from the time the flea market opened to the time the flea market closed. It was horrible. It got to the point where people would feel sorry for us, so they would give us donations, and we would eat a lot of the donuts. If they gave us like a $5 donation, I think that's how much the box of donuts was. We would eat most of the donuts because we knew that we wasn't gonna really eat when we get home. We would eat most of the donuts, and then if we got more donations, we was getting to the point we threw the donuts in the trash. We was tired of standing out there. So tired of standing out there for basically, she'd be like, okay, whoever sell this many, because she was really manipulative. She was, how you say that, manipulative. She was manipulative. Sometimes she was, most of the time she was evil. But when she wanted us to sell, get in a good mood and stuff, to sell the donuts and stuff, it's like she would butter us up and say, okay, whoever sells the most donuts, you'll get paid this amount of money. But mind you, she was making hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and she'll give us like maybe $10. And then we would get home, she would find something that we did or didn't do, to take the $10 back. She sure would. She would find something that we really didn't do and take the money back. I remember one time it was on Christmas. Yep, it was for Christmas. This lady went to the news station and basically told, you know how they do the angel tree and they pick a family every year? She went to the news station, told them how she had custody of her nieces and stuff, and we didn't have this and we didn't have that. And so I remember we was on the news one year because the angel tree people came out to our house and said, oh, she takes care of these kids. She always have them dressed and all that stuff. I remember that year we got so much Christmas stuff. We got a lot of Christmas stuff from her lying, being embarrassed and being on the news, knowing we had to go back to school. I'm like, man, this lady, she was really a trip. She sure is, and she still is. She still haven't changed one bit to this day, and it's really sad. It sure is really sad. And she wonder why, you know, me and my sisters, from the stuff that we went through with her, she'll try to call, like the last time I went home to visit, she was, my sisters threw me they had me a barbecue, and she just happened to show up at my sister's house, who grew up in the same house as me with her. And she showed up and she brung my aunt that I used to stay with, the good aunt. My evil aunt brung basically the good aunt with her, and that was her excuse for coming. So it was kind of like, it was so funny. My sister, she told the evil aunt was trying to go in my sister's house to go get another plate, and my sister told her, nope, you're not taking no plate at my house. So then my mom went to the kitchen, and my sister followed her in there. She was like, who is that plate for? She was like, it's for so-and-so. She said, nope, she ain't getting nothing at my house. Nope. And you know what? And basically, if you think this lady has abused us mainly our whole childhood, and then it's like she come to my sister's house, and it's like she thinks she's gonna take food. And you know, like, we're the type of girls, some of us, you know what? Let me say, how do I want to put this? Do I want to say forgive? You know what? You kind of forgive, but you don't forget, and you can forgive a person and not have any dealings with them. And you know what? My sister was kind enough to let her come over, but the evil aunt, she still knows what she's done, because she's apologized before, but you know what? She's still doing the same evil stuff now. So you know what? The apology wasn't sincere. She's seen that, you know, we grew up, we were doing pretty good for ourselves, and you know, she didn't like that we didn't talk to her. You know what? She didn't like that. So, you know, she tried to apologize for a lot of the stuff that she did. But you know what? Yeah, to this day, I still, she'll try to call me or something, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, here we go. And then she have a nerve to ask if she can keep our kids. I'm just like, this lady, like, are you nuts? Are you crazy? Are you okay? Yeah, but we went through a lot, you know. Let me see what else. Oh, I remember it was times 2 with me. She didn't do this to nobody else. And this is why my sisters, they always kind of joke and say, oh, you know what? That's why you got the biggest chest. But, you know, I mean, we didn't got over it. That's why we can joke about it today. I know she used to, this is how evil she was. She would have my sisters hold my arms down. My sisters didn't want to do it, but they had to do it or they were going to get beat. She had one on one side and one on this side, and she would literally take her fist. She would literally take her fist and try to get through this video without crying. She would literally take her fist and beat me in my chest. Oh, man. I'm glad I don't wear makeup. It would have been messed up. Wear lipstick, though. Wipe it off. But yeah, she would literally take her fist and beat my chest in. And, you know, women, our chest is sensitive. It hurts, you know. That's some of the evil stuff that she would do. She also, you know what, and like when she would starve us for a day or two at a time, you know, we were kids, so therefore, Mommy. Oh, it's my son. What, baby? Are you done now? I'm almost, okay? Okay, I'm coming. But anyway, so yeah, she would starve us for a day or two at a time, and when she would leave and go to the store, we would go in the kitchen, literally steal food, and so we would hide the paper wrappers in the room, or she would notice that something was missing. And so I think it was me and my cousin. She would get a plate. She would put cookies, chips, mayonnaise, bread, all kind of nasty concoctions on a plate, and this lady would literally stand there, Mommy, and make us eat it. Hold on, baby. Wait, Prince. She would literally, hey, go and lay down. Go get in the bed until I come. Go get in the bed. I'm coming. Okay? I think it's about 1 o'clock in the morning and that kid is still up. Waiting on me. I'm coming, baby. He was in there watching TV because they ain't got school. Well, tomorrow's Sunday anyway. Yeah. But she would put all this food on the plate. Cookies, cakes, bread, mayonnaise, anything you can think of. And she would make me eat it. And while I was in, it was times where, you know what, she would do that, make me eat it. And then I would literally have, cooking oil, Crisco, whatever that oil was. And you know what? She would make me drink that. And you know, when you mix that stuff together and you drink it, you're going to throw up. So you know what? And if you threw it up, she would make you put it back in your mouth and try to make you eat it. But that stuff, that was impossible. It was a point we just say, you know what? Beat me. I can't do this. You know what? It was nasty. And us as kids, we were so terrified of that lady. And it's like we didn't see no way out because, you know what? The CPS got so many reports. So many reports. But you know what? All our reports, I'm pretty sure, unless they throw them out, because I'm 36. So that was a while ago. They still should have that stuff somewhere in their system to where, you know what, it got reported by multiple people and they never, ever did anything. They never did anything. And you know what? It's really sad. And so I remember when I ended up moving, by the way, if you guys don't know, a lot of y'all probably don't know, I live in Boise, Idaho. And that's the reason, because a lot of people ask me, girl, why you live in Boise, Idaho? That's a whole nother story in itself. That's a story that, you know, that's kind of an emotional story for me. So that'll be another story at another time. You know, I just have to get everything straight and make sure I can say certain stuff and say certain names and all that stuff. But anyway, if I can, it'll be Jane Doe's. But I'm pretty sure they won't have a problem with it. But yeah, she what was I saying? Yeah, she was just freaking, she's evil. She's still, so yeah, so I was on the port. So I live in Boise, Idaho. So I moved here in 2008. Was it? Yep, I moved here in 2008. So in 2008, she still had my sisters were, I think one of them was 13. I think 12 and 13. I think, or were they younger than that? They probably was a little bit younger than that. So, you know, I was living in Florida And I was going through, like, once I moved out of her house, but I didn't stay, 2008, I was grown. I had been out of her house. But, I was kind of going through all those years. I was kind of going through my own stuff. I went through a lot of stuff during that time. I went through a lot of stuff, like when I moved out. And when you go through that, have that kind of childhood, when you get on your own, some people you may, I didn't have the best. When I moved out, I kind of had a rough life. And so then I remember when I moved up here, I knew my two sisters were still living in her house. They were still living in that house. And it's like, I could not sleep. I could not, for the life of it, I could not sleep. My sisters was on my mind. So what I ended up doing, I think if I can remember, because my sister told me, because it was so long ago, that I ended up calling CPS. I think that's what happened. And finally, thank God, when they went this time, because I think before somebody was tipping them off, and I'm pretty sure because somebody that's close to us worked in health and welfare. I mean, not health, it was CPS in Florida. They worked in that office. So I think back then when we were getting abused, I think somebody would maybe tip her off and let her know that somebody was coming out to the house. But this particular time in 2008, when I called CPS, she had no idea. When they went there to that house, they found bruises on my sisters. They had old bruises and all that stuff. So they ended up taking them away from her. They ended up taking them away from her. And then my sister got custody of them too for a little while. That's how they got out of that situation. But how the rest of us got out, we just kind of got old enough and we moved out, We just kind of got old enough and we left. But yeah, it was horrible. And she still to this day is evil, I don't think it's really any hope for her. And, like all they did, it wasn't an investigation or anything. All they did was took my sisters out of her custody, and that was it. Open it, closed the case, didn't ask no more questions. And yep, and I think that's what ended up happening with that. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. Oh, and I was going to say too, so one of my cousins used to live with us. Yep, she lived with us, and she got it really bad too. She was a little bit older than me, and she ended up committing suicide. Oh. Whew. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to cry during this video, but you know what? Sometimes it just comes out. Oh my gosh. She ended up committing suicide a few years back, Oh, excuse my nose. Yeah, she ended up committing suicide, and I think, and I know for a fact, she committed suicide. It was because of the way that we grew up and the stuff that lady did. And you guys know what's crazy? It's Satan in all forms. At my cousin's funeral, the evil aunt had a nerve to get up there and speak at this girl's funeral, knowing what she did. I'm like, OMG. Evil. Get up there to speak at the girl's funeral and got up there and said how good she was. She was a good, obedient kid. Oh, okay, well, if she was a good, obedient kid, why did you beat her? Like, I don't get that. Narcissist at its best. Yeah. Oh, man. A lot of people ask me, oh, well, it's not too many people because a lot of people don't know. They're like, Rachel, you know what? They say, you know what? You've been through a lot as a kid. They was like, why are you, because me, if a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people do know, I would literally give the shirt off my back if somebody asks. Here you go. If I got $5 and you need $2, guess what? Then $2 is yours. They know that, There's like, you didn't let that situation make you bitter, because I feel like when you grow up in that type of environment, you would either become like the person that did those things to you, or you would go in the opposite direction. And you know what? I can say from the stuff that me and my sisters went through, you know what? We are, all of us, you know what? We take care of our kids. We don't abuse our kids. We've learned, we've learned because we know how it feels to be abused. And you know what? Like I said, when a lot of people ask me, you know what, Rachel, you've been through that stuff. It didn't make you bitter. You are, you know what? You're the nicest, sweetest person. You're giving. And I'm like, you know what? I know what it feels like, I know what it feels like to need or want, or to really be in need of help. And you know what? You don't get that help, I know what it feels like. So therefore, I try my best to, I try to help in every way possible. But let me tell you guys something. Through my life, I've been really blessed. God has put people in my life. Oh, oh man. I did not mean to start crying. Yeah, but God has put people in my life that, that I'm very grateful for. Oh, and that was one of the reasons, I moved to Idaho just to, just to get out of Florida and to just, 2008, come here to get a fresh start, Yeah, but that's going to have to be another story of me moving to Idaho and why I moved to Idaho, because a lot of people have been asking and they want to know that. Y'all, I got sinuses, and my sinuses are acting up so bad. So it seems like when I cry, all of it just comes right here. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Yep, but anyway, that was basically my story, kind of abuse story and growing up and all the stuff that I had to go through. And thank God that it didn't make me bitter. I was able to come up out of that situation, me and all my sisters, and we've been through the most, but we are strong individuals. We're strong individuals, and that's why a lot of people, like when you've, like I said, when you've been a victim of child abuse, sometimes you can become what you've been through, or you can change your life around for the better, and a lot of people wonder, like, some of us, we're hard workers. Well, me, I got some help. But you know what, my sister, one of my sisters, Holly, that girl, you know what, she's one of the, oh man, she is one of those people, like, she get it from the mud. This girl grinds and grind. I'm like, you know what, that's my younger sister, but I'm like, girl, I want to be like you one day, because she be getting it. Nice house, laid out. Her house is like a museum. Y'all ask her, Holly, let everybody come to your house and do a walkthrough, okay? So they can see the museum. She'll have an anxiety attack. Soon as you step in her door, she be looking for the crumbs. She got this towel behind you, making sure you ain't drop none on the floor. Yeah, but, yep, you guys, that was basically my story of growing up. And I'm pretty sure I left out some stuff, because you know what, I didn't want to make this video too long, because I'm already 33 minutes into this video. But you know what, if you have any questions, and if you want to hear more, just let me know. Yeah, if you want to hear more, if you feel like I left out anything on certain parts, or you want to know more about certain parts, I'll probably make that a separate video. Yep, I'll make that a separate video. So, like, yeah, I'll do that. Because this video, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to do a part 2, but it's just like, when you get to talking, you kind of, like me anyway, I'm pretty sure I got ADHD, because I be jumping from here to here to here to here. My brain have to think of where I was at. That's how my brain have to do. But yep, anyway, that was my story. Like I said, if you guys have any more questions that you would like me to answer, just put them in the comments down below. And like I said, in all my videos, I want you guys to like and subscribe, and make sure with this video, you guys go and share the video, because you know what, I'm pretty sure that it's someone somewhere that needs to hear a story like this, because no matter what you've been through as a child, You have the choice. You know what? You're not going to get by making excuses saying, you know what? I've been through this as a child, so you know what? I'm going to stay stuck like this. I didn't have a mom as a child, so I'm going to do this. You know what? I went through this as a child, so that's the excuse, and that's the reason why I'm stagnant and not growing. So, you know what? You can keep making excuses, but once you hit that adult age, it's up to you. Once you hit adult age, it's up to you to know what you've been through and know what you didn't have as a kid and want better for yourself, your family, and your kids, you know? Yep, so no matter what you go through, you will always get through it in life. And I know one of my things that I always say, when God gives you something, if he bring you to it, he will bring you through it, you know? If he bring you to it, he will bring you through it. And I have to tell a lot of, like I was telling one of my sisters today, we were having a conversation, and I just told her, I said, you know what, remember, this is what you have to remember. When God blesses you with something small, always appreciate it, you know, always appreciate the small stuff, because he said in the Bible, you know what, when he blesses you with something small, what is this? What is the scripture? I kind of forgot what the scriptures say, but it's basically saying, you know, be grateful for the small things, because then he would bless you with many, you know. It just, yeah, being grateful and just not allowing your past to get the best of you, you know. Everybody has a destiny. Everybody's destined to do something in life. So when you make excuses, I'm telling you, it don't happen. Because when you make them, I'm telling you right now, by me sitting here telling this story tonight, you know what? I done been through so much stuff right along with all my sisters. You know what? Like I tell my sister all the time, we talk. We are living testimonies, because even when we got at that house, some of us went through so much stuff. And you know what? Growing up, like, me and my sisters, we didn't have a mom or a dad or grandmas. We didn't have none of those for people where we can call and talk to if we needed to talk. I mean, we didn't have nobody. We were just left to know. So everything that we basically learned, we learned it on our own. We sure did. We got it from the mud. Nobody growing up and when I decided to move to Idaho, people like, girl, why you moved to Idaho? You know what? I didn't care. I needed to get from Florida out of that situation. You know, I had kids, and I'm like, I want the best for my kids. I had to go. You know what? So when you really want change, you will change. And sometimes you have to leave your comfort zone in order to change. I never would have in a million years would have thought that I would be living in Boise, Idaho for going on 11 years. But when I came here, you know, I just felt like I always tell people, living in Idaho has humbled me so much, because when I was in Florida, it felt like I was always having to argue or fight. It was crazy. And I tell them, Idaho, this place has humbled me. It has humbled me. And a lot of people like, oh, that's whole nother story. I'm not going to even get into that side of stuff, but that's a whole nother story, you know. Okay, so let me be done with this video. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments, and I would definitely make another video on that topic, or I will personally answer your questions in the comments. Like I said before, like and subscribe, share this video, and once you subscribe to my channel, that will make you one of my inspirationals. And when you subscribe to my channel, that will inspire me to make more videos to uplift and encourage you guys. My throat. Okay, but anyway, hope you guys like this video. Make sure y'all like, share, and make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell too, so you guys will be notified every time that I post a video, because I got a lot of more interesting stories to tell. So if you guys don't want to miss it, hit that subscribe button and the bell. But I'm going to go with my son, keep putting his hand up under the door and all that stuff. And also too, y'all know what, I'm in my closet. And one of my videos is going to be my high heel collection. I'm just going to do a little teaser right now. My high heel collection. Let me see. My high heel collection. You see those shoes? I'm going to do a video showing you guys my high heel collection, because I'm in my closet and I got all these shoes and all these clothes. But you guys, okay, let me let y'all go. Until next time. All right, good night, Facebook.